Okay guys, starting off this week, before we get into any of the workouts, I just want to quickly touch on the technique that we're going to be employing throughout the course of the week. All right, so we're going to have 4 different workouts this week, 2 upper body and 2 lower body. Now, in every single workout, I'm going to be adding something called supersets to all of our exercises. And a lot of you guys might have heard of this before and even know a fair amount about it. But for those of you who don't, I just want to kind of explain, because it is a little bit more complex and advanced of a technique. Okay, so we're not just going to be doing a set of 10 reps of some particular exercise and then resting and then doing it again. All right, so we're going to be combining 2 different exercises back to back with no rest, okay? And that is called a superset. Now, first off, a lot of people think that supersets are only when you do 2 different exercises of opposing muscle groups, like a bicep and a tricep, or a chest and a back exercise. Those are true supersets, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can actually do the same muscle group, okay? As long as you're doing 2 separate exercises back to back with very little rest between, that's still a superset. All right, now this week, all right, I'm doing a setup where we're supersetting our arms on upper body days. So I'll be doing a chest exercise with an arm exercise back to back. And then I'll do a back exercise with an arm exercise back to back, okay? That's how I'm designing the upper body workouts. On the lower body workouts, okay, and there's 2 of them, I'm going to be supersetting only ab exercises, okay? So it doesn't matter what kind of a leg exercise I'm doing, a squat, a lunge, whatever, we're going to superset that with our core, okay? And remember guys, the whole purpose of these supersets is to keep the rest to a minimum between those supersetted exercises. Now, at the end of just a normal superset, I do want you to stop, okay, and rest for about a minute, okay? You're gonna have to catch your breath. Now, sometimes you may even need a little longer than a minute. So why would that be? Well, because we're combining 2 exercises with no rest, and a lot of times you're just gonna be flat out of breath. So, why are we doing supersets? What's the benefit? All right, are there any drawbacks? Well, I think one of the biggest benefits is just time efficiency. Now, guys, you may not have an hour and a half to go to the gym, or 2 hours, or you may not even have an hour to work out at home sometimes. Maybe you're limited to a much shorter time frame, and supersets are fantastic for scrunching a lot of different exercises into a really short time frame. And of course, one of the other benefits of scrunching all these exercises into a 30-minute window is it drastically ramps up the intensity of the workout, right? Because you're not resting after each 10 or 12 reps. You're doing 2 exercises back to back with 10 to 12 reps each and then taking a rest. So what that does is it makes your heart rate higher, okay, and it stays higher. And then the other thing is, it creates lactic acid. So anytime you're doing an intense workout, whether it's weight training, resistance training, or whether it's sprinting, okay, your muscles start to generate lactate, okay? And typically, if we're going slow, your blood can flush that lactate out of the muscles quick enough, okay, that it doesn't build up. But when we're doing an exercise routine like this, it literally starts to build up in your muscles and you'll start to feel that burn. And then of course, guess why that's important? Well, as we get older, we need every little trick in the book to build muscle and burn fat, and our endocrine system is really important, because guess what? Our human growth hormone and our testosterone levels just naturally start to decline, you know, as we get older, especially after the age of about 29 or 30. It just kind of slowly but surely goes downhill. And when we increase the blood lactate levels, all right, through doing intense workouts with very little rest, that sends signals to our brain, to our pituitary gland, to ramp up its production, its natural production of these fantastic hormones that make us feel so good. And it's not just feeling good, guys, it's all the other benefits. I mean, it's literally, you can build muscle much easier and your body will burn fat more efficiently when you have higher levels of these good old-fashioned hormones that we used to have tons of when we were in our 20s. All right, just to wrap it all up, guys, Supersets are just that. They're a super way of getting a whole lot of work done in a real short period of time. I think you're going to love these weeks worth of workouts. Every single one of them, whether it's upper body or lower body, you should be able to knock out in about 30 to 35 minutes. You're going to get your heart rate up. All right, you're going to get that lactate going. You're going to feel some of that lactic acid in the muscle. There's going to be some burn, and that's fantastic. That's what we're shooting for, guys. And please remember, you got to stick with these workouts, all right? I created them to be fun and interesting and compelling so that you don't get bored with them. And if you're not bored, you're going to keep sticking with it. And when you stick with it, guess what happens? Fantastic results.